Hi everybody, Jez Feldmaster here. I just wanted to share with you a very interesting concept which occurred to me, and I figured I would give it to you so that you can make use of it and perhaps improve your life in the way that I have mine. Very simply, it goes like this. If you imagine you're on this scale of personal expansion, right? This is a sort of stairway to success, if you like. And you might be down here at this point. And your life from this point doesn't look that great. And you're kind of looking up to where you want to get to. Now, the interesting thing is, as you expand your potential acceptance of success, can I call it that? Potential acceptance of success. You could accept that you might be a bit better off in a little bit. See what I'm saying? And that is acceptable. That's real to you. You could imagine that you could be maybe 5%, 10% better off this time next year. Give you a kind of an idea. You kind of think that that's real. So then your thinking is based about that kind of reality. You kind of expect a 10%. You're not going to get a 10% increase in your job, probably. I don't know very many jobs that will just bump up your pay by 10%, but, you know, maybe you get a promotion or something. That could be a possibility. So then you look at your expectations, and that creates the reality of what you can live with. So you don't actually look for those things that could maybe double your income. The things that could, the opportunities that exist around that could just double your income don't get seen because they're not within your reality. See what I'm saying? You're down here and you don't see these things. Now, of course, once you've bumped yourself up a couple of steps, you start to see, you know, let's see if I can put a little painting in here. Can I put a little painting in here? Yeah, just to, here, we'll go back and go a little. This viewpoint, you see, the chappie up here, he's looking at life from a different level. So he sees all of this down here, plus a much broader view. So the things that he sees around from this level up here, just go popping down to this thing and bring my little arrow up. See, make sure we're talking about the same guy, you know. Here we go. So this guy up here now, he's made some progress. And he sees that, you know, in actual fact, if I keep going, there are other opportunities that I could have that could come into my sphere of activity that could actually boost my income a lot bigger. When you're down at the bottom, you think, you know, you're earning your $10 an hour or something. You think earning $12 an hour would be really awesome. And, you know, you kind of calculate all these things that you could do if you had just another $2 an hour more. So you would never think about earning $100 an hour or $200 an hour. You would just not think about those things because they're not in your reality. Your reality is what you can do, what you can provide to somebody, and what he's willing to pay you for doing it. So the interesting thing about the entrepreneur viewpoint is that you could start thinking, well, could I provide somebody with $100 worth of value? Could you do that? Could you do $100 worth of value and provide that to somebody? Well, of course you could. At your $10 an hour you'd think, well, you'd work for 10 hours and you'd give them 10 hours of production and they'd give you $100. And that's how that thing ends, and that's the way that one goes. But we live in the 21st century and we have a thing called the internet, which means that your $10 an hour if you think that way. Or let's say your completed product, your value that you've made of $100 value, if you can exchange that with 1,000 people, then obviously you've got $100,000. Now you're beginning to see the thing. Instead of exchanging your 10 hours work and then going home and going to bed because like you're wiped out, you put your 10 hours work in a form that somebody else can access it. Obviously you can't do 10 hours worth of gardening on the internet. You know, you can't do 10 hours worth of planting trees on the internet. So there is a limit, evidently, of what you can do on the internet that you can get paid for. But you could teach people how to plant trees, or you could show people how to do things for which they would be willing to pay you $100. Let's say you give a series of how to make cakes, and you've got 25 of your best recipes, you make them all on videos, and that's worth $100 easy. And so you package that up and you make yourself a product. Now that is one way of earning a good lot of money, by having your own product. So when you see this, the usability of getting exchange directly from people using the internet, you start sitting at this level and you see a broader viewpoint of how commerce and economics could be done on a personal level. So then the next level, of course, is to do the interesting thing and start becoming this guy. Because this guy has really got it sorted. He can see the broad spectrum of all the interactivity of people on the internet and off the internet. Because, of course, you can set things up that are internet-based that have an off-internet activity. So once you've got into that kind of a spectrum, then, you know, you're in the billionaire category and you can have a lot of fun in life. So I just wanted to give you this little viewpoint, because getting from this guy down here to this guy up here takes a bit of doing. I know, because I've done it. And going from this guy up here then actually isn't that much more difficult. It actually gets easier as you go up, because the opportunities show themselves to you and you are in a mindset and capable of visualizing the validity of those opportunities so that you can get up to the next level. So what I'm interested in, and this is the important thing, the guy down here, I'm just going to turn him around there, my little arrow, the guy down here is where the majority of people are. You know, they're struggling, they've got a hard time, they've got credit card debt, they have got a house that they can't pay for, and life is not so fun. And so it is these people that I'm really interested in, because if we can get a bunch more of these people up here, then we've got a different playground. See what I'm saying? So let's get a lot more people up to this level, and then once you're comfortable, you know, you've got a couple of houses, you're okay, you got your cars, you got your holidays, now you can sit down, relax, and really think the legacy concept of what you're providing for your children, your grandchildren. You've got something really big going on, and you can actually then easily, in not too long a time, move up the scale. So I thought I'd share that little concept with you. Click the link, get in touch with me, and we'll get you working on your next step. Subscribe to the channel. See you in the next video. Bye for now.